It's July 17th, 2011, and you're watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 291 of Mods on Air, bringing you the weekend gaming news as modders, developers, and the occasional gamer. I am Foyleman, and also on the show today we have with us Stryder. Hello, Stryder. How are you?
Hola, bitches.
Yes. Oh, Stryder. And we also have with us Welshy. How are you, Welshy?
Hello.
And we also have with us Breesy. Hello, Breesy.
Hello.
And special guests with us today. He might not be in the video window, but he is here with us. Bram from IFIS. Is that correct?
Thank you very much. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about a tool that he has made for Call of Duty World at War to make scripting and modding easier. So we're gonna throw that, I think, into, I don't know. We can either talk about it right now or throw it into the modding section. What do you guys like? Nobody cares.
Bacon.
Bacon?
Rum.
Yeah.
Bacon,
Bacon and rum. Okay. All right. So we are going to be talking about bacon and rum for the next hour. No, we're not. We are going to be talking about, let's talk about the IFIS tool. How about that, huh? Let's jump right into that just to really make sure that everyone's on their toes and not paying attention to the actual topics list that I created ahead of time. Yes. Yeah, so what has gone on? You know what? I should really just ask, instead of just making up stuff, I should ask Bram what his tool does and how is it used. I do have a video, so you let me know if you want to play that anytime you want me to start playing that. I can start playing it right now or later on.
You can start playing it, and then I'll give some explanation while you're playing it. No problem.
Okay, awesome. We got it up there. International Friends in Sniping. So why don't you actually start off telling us how IFIS fits into this?
IFIS is more or less the friends of mappers, and so we started making maps for Call of Duty 5, Call of Duty 2, 4. Normally it's like mappers are trying to share information, and we're trying to find a platform for that. There's a lot of platforms for that, but we wanted to give our maps also a name. And that's why IFIS was created. We're all snipers. Now,
Awesome.
the program is pretty easy, straightforward. What we want to do is lower the threshold so people would get into the game or into mapping a little bit easier.
Right. And you thought one of the big obstacles was scripting, I guess, because that's really what this is focused on, getting that set up.
Well, I've been a fan of your forums for years because it's a huge source for information. But you can see about 80% of the problems is scripting.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so I install the tool and launch it, and what do I expect?
What you expect is that you can set your map name, the map you're working on. You can load and save information, all the settings from the program. You can change the allies and access, and you can put effects on the map. You can have the announcer sounds on there, and also background sounds, ambient sounds. You can mix them in. You can choose whatever you want to have. I've given the program roughly 27 possibilities of sounds. The first option you hear now is it's going to have some snowflakes on there and some ocean breeze going, but you can change that to whatever you think is best.
I got to turn up the... Now, is this a tool that I can turn around and open it up and make some edits to what I've already done, or is this just a starting tool?
This is a starting tool, so
Okay.
it will override all your settings. That's
Right.
basically for the experienced mapper. It's a way to get quickly progress in knowing where your effects are, or putting some sounds, some basic stuff on there, and then take it from there. For the inexperienced mapper, it's just clicking the button and it works. And it's about what you can see now. I will change in the second bit. I will now change the snowflakes, take them off, and put a completely different sound environment on there. Well, it just everything under 2 minutes. And compared to, let's say, doing it manually, going through how many CSVs and CSCs, this program will just do it in seconds.
And I'm letting anybody out there know if you have any questions as we go along here, please just type them out there, and we'll see what we can do about answering them. Now, this specific tool works with which Call of Duties?
Only Call of Duty 5 at the moment.
World at War.
So it's only World at War. There's been a few questions out there on different forums, but I try to the program obviously is free and everybody can download it from the IFIS site. You only have to register, pick it up, and you can start using it. There's no restrictions whatsoever, so you can do that straight away. There's been a few questions for Call of Duty 4, if I was interested in doing that. I think Call of Duty 4 could be done, because it's pretty similar to Call of Duty 5. Call of Duty 2 would be a problem, though.
Right.
That's completely different, scripting-wise. And for Black Ops, of course, I'm already looking at the stuff that we got from Black Ops, but I don't have enough information on that. I would really like to have more information to get that program going for Black Ops.
Yeah, they haven't given us anything regarding maps, only SDK regarding modding, model replacement, skinning, and I don't know about anything else.
Sound, I think, is also in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing as far as new component creation.
No, there's and what we can see now, there's some guys working on the mod, and there's the assets that they can use is still very, very limited.
Oh, there we go, the video. That video
was already done.
Yep, the video is available on YouTube. If you guys wanted to watch it again, and or head over to the I guess the IFIS website if you want more information. Is that where you guys supporting primarily? If they have questions.
IFIS. I want to try and keep it centralized. Otherwise, I have to roam off all the forums and go searching for it. But it will be available for download, I think, through MODSonline later on this month or something. When I get the first reactions back, I will just offer it to you guys, and you can do the rest.
Awesome. Okay, and I believe this is the URL if you want it, ifis-snipers.com.
That's correct.
All right, awesome. I don't know if you want to add anything else to that.
I want to thank you very much for presenting this.
Oh, yeah.
And throwing
thank
it
you
out
for
there.
making it. All right, if you guys have any other questions, I am going to. No, they're not saying anything. Okay, I'm going to move on, and please stay with us, Bram, and talk about the topics with us.
Thank you.
Yes, okay. So let's get into some console news, which I know everybody loves to hear about.
Yay.
Yay. Yeah, well, starting off, we have some interesting stuff going on with Xbox. Xbox apparently popped in some interesting code into something to deal with their phone, the Windows 8 code. And something in there puts information regarding Xbox 360 system. So it looks like that, in combination with the PC itself, it looks like you're going to have some sort of combination of stuff that's not only going on with the phone, but also going to head over to, believe it or not, the PC. What I'm saying is, yes, possibility of playing Xbox 360 games on the PC, or at least that's what people are trying to think of.
Well, is it that, or is it just, I can look at my stats on my PC?
It could just be
profile.
Yeah, like the Windows 8 is that it's like the icons, isn't it? It's just the touchscreen crap. So I bet you'll be like, oh, you can have your gadget and you can see what all your Xbox friends are doing.
And you could probably throw your avatar around or whatever they got with this.
Beat him to death.
Yeah.
I hate this damn thing!
Hey, you've got to keep him alive. It's what we said before. You've got to keep him alive as like a Sims pet on your PC, and if he dies, you've got to get a new one.
Like a little Pokemon pet.
Yeah.
You gotta get a new Xbox account if he dies.
Well, this one article that I found over at Technolate, they actually just come right and say that it is going to be possible that you're going to pop your 360 game into your DVD tray and start playing the game. It's
Right.
not that certain yet.
So that
This-
means that Windows 8 is going to be DX9 compatible.
Right? They're going to go backwards.
Microsoft going
yeah.
backwards in time.
Wow, that sucked.
Yeah, I know. It was reflective of Microsoft. I didn't want to come up with some ultimate jazz song when Microsoft will probably steal it anyway. I'll be on the next advert. You watch.
So yeah, so they're thinking the next version of Windows will have Xbox 360 compatibility, and I don't know if any of us care that much. I don't know. You know what? We have to wait and see what happens because there are specific
what's-
games that only come out on the Xbox.
What's next is you're
And
going to
there's-
see the cartridge thing on your Mega PC pouch. You plug in the old
Nintendo games.
Nintendo's. Yeah, the old. You have to blow on them first.
This could
Blowing them,
actually
get
be,
a cotton bud, clean it out.
this could actually be very, very bad for the PC industry because what they're going to end up doing is just saying we don't even have to port the console game anymore. You can just
Yeah,
play
we
it
can
on your
just give them
PC.
that. We can
Yeah.
give them the pile of shit on a disc and
Yeah. Screw
Well,
the
I
keyboard.
mean, if you
use
look
your
in the
controller.
right places, you can actually already do that. Play Xbox games on your PC.
Yeah.
if you look in the right places.
Yeah, if you look in the right places.
But do we even care that we can do it? I can think of one game that I'd like to be able to play on my PC that's Xbox only, and that's
What's that?
I
Forza.
can't think of any.
Forza. What about Infamous 2? Isn't that going to be only on the console?
I've never wanted to play
Both
that.
Infamous games. Those are
I
decent
don't-
games.
I think that's a Sony only game, isn't it?
I don't
Sony only.
remember.
But if that means we can play Xbox games, does that mean we can play against Xbox players?
No.
No, because they'll still whine about it.
You might be able to play with, like, co-op. But against, I'd go with no, because ass kickery will be had.
Because of shit.
Ass
I don't know.
kickery.
Yeah.
Ass kicker.
Making up words now as well.
Bram, are you a console player?
No, more PC than console.
Okay. Just
But my
making sure.
kids play it. Yeah, my kids play it all the time.
Well, they have to. I mean, that's what all their friends are doing.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to be that way.
Consoles were made for racing games and Rock Band. That's it.
And Pokemon.
Yeah.
Don't forget Pokemon. That's
Mario,
handheld.
side-scrollers.
That's handheld consoles.
Side scrollers,
Yeah, like
button
Mario.
mashers,
And Sonic.
and Sonic, and Pong.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't even. That doesn't work on a console. You need paddles for that.
They got the Wii. They got Wii Pong now.
Yeah, they do.
You just move your controller up and down.
That sounds frustrating.
They actually do. They actually do have a table tennis game on the Wii Sports. I think it's just Pong 3D.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's a shame. All right. Speaking of, I think it was Gamer said something about how is it possible that the disc tray on the Xbox is really that much different, and really it is not. It is nothing but more than a DVD player. And Ben Heck put together a video here that that shows that you can go along and pretty much. Well, he talks about how it is just a DVD player, but he also goes along and takes a multi-disc changer from the 90s for CDs and made it into a multi-disc changer for the Xbox 360.
I actually watched this video.
He doesn't look
Yeah, I
fat
watched
enough
it,
to
yeah.
have to worry about that.
No.
It is actually really cool.
Though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you that Ben Heck is an awesome hardware monitor. I mean, he's done amazing things. I sped it up here because the thing goes on forever, and I didn't want you to have to sit through the entire video of him just doing.
It's like 20 minutes.
Every screw. Yeah.
But he takes an Xbox 360 Elite partway apart, very carefully because he didn't want to damage it, and then he took a disc changer with a carousel and made it so that he can sit on the couch, press a button, and it changes the game to whatever he wants to play. This is the same guy that has turned around and made Xbox 360 laptops, PS3 laptops, and lots of other amazing hardware. And it's not just, I mean, this is an example of how you can do it fairly quickly. I mean, it probably took him a good couple days to get all the parts together and actually put it together and play with it. But usually the stuff that he does, he puts a finishing touch on it so that it does look perfect in the end.
He didn't on this one.
No, he did not.
I was thinking, I watched the whole thing and it's like, you're just gonna leave it like side by side.
There it is.
Could you not have put the Xbox in that case, that giant case that the CD changer
Giant
gave?
fans.
Yeah, a couple of fans in there. Box it all up. You'd have a nice little put it in a PC case.
That's the one.
Right.
Finally, I can play this game.
Nice remote.
Yes,
like a giant.
It's kept it compact.
Time for a red dwarf.
Yeah.
At least I wouldn't expect the red ring.
It still wouldn't happen. How can there be a red ring? I took the LED out.
Just a red ring of fire.
All right, so apparently he also has a show. I don't know how often it airs, but he has some sort of, I guess it's just an online show, the Ben Heck Show, where he goes through all kinds of hardware. So it's kind of interesting to see how things are made and what you can do with them. And if you ever are interested in doing some sort of like crazy-ass mod, he's looking for people to provide him with information. Or ideas, not information. Ideas on what he should do. And he's picking ideas up and just making it. Filming it. So, I don't know.
I saw once an NES that somebody built into a toaster. So like you put the cartridge in the top and then you push the toast down, the bread down button, and it would that would turn it on. That was quite cool.
He's too smart to be a console player.
He's not. He's just showing how simple it is. Or they are.
Becca, the PS3 does suck. You are correct. For more reasons than just what's on the surface there. All right. So let's. I came across this other tool now. As modders, developers, I think this is a really, really cool tool. Okay, it's a procedural generator for cities. You can create cities for your maps, for your game, whatever you're building, and the price on this thing isn't all that high. I think it's close to $500, which I don't know, might be high for some people. But what you can do with it is pretty amazing. Here is a video of. Hopefully this is a decent video. They have some great videos on their website making cities. Here they're taking Ministry of Sound. They're taking some sort of logo. They're going to turn this logo into a city. So there they threw it into the Cityscape procedural generator. It's mapping out the ideas of what the streets are going to look like. And now it's putting blocks in. And then next thing you know, it'll start populating the buildings. And it actually does this in real time. I've seen this thing work, where it builds cool. Building by building and makes it all random, so it doesn't look everything. Now, one thing I will say: if you zoom in close enough, the buildings do not look great. This is not something that you necessarily want to go in there and make it so that the player can run around these buildings. But it doesn't mean that you can't take this and make it into a game and then refine those buildings on the streets that people want to use. You can make a skybox, exactly. You can turn it into something that that you only see from very high or very far away.
How exportable is it?
It goes into any. It's for modeling programs, so it's going to be it's going to be exportable first, like a 3D Max, be it a Lightwave Object FBX or some other type of object that you can import into a game. Yeah, I know. You would think that this is used for like the Spider-Man game, maybe, or for
that
Crisis.
was pretty funny. Did they use this to make the Spider-Man 3 game? I think they did.
But you might want to check that out if you're serious into developing and you're looking for a way to make things more interesting. Now, what else you can do here is after it generates, then you can pop in there with your mouse and you can start dragging the streets around so that you can change the way the streets are laid out if you don't like the way it is. So it's not just like, here it is, built, done. You can go in there and manage it. What's that?
They used an image of like a logo or something, right? Didn't they?
They started with that. It's not necessary.
Jump on, yeah. What I'm saying is, could you jump on, say, Google Maps, grab a map of somewhere, Would that work? Do you reckon?
Yeah, I would think it does work, and it's going to it's going to create that shape that's there, but it's not going to create the buildings that are actually
No,
there,
exactly.
just like
You
it is
know,
on the map.
But like you could get like the street layout or something, so at least you'd have a framework
Right.
of the streets and how they go, and then you could literally just
Well,
model from.
I will say that they do have something called open that you can import stuff from OpenStreetMap. So you can use geospatial data of real cities and import them into the engine and have it build on that. So yes, what you're asking for does work.
Use this in conjunction with your GTA.
With the mod.
Right.
Your GTA mod. Or your Crisis 2 one. Where all the buildings look the same.
And I'm just looking through here to see if there's anything else. Nah. Okay, available for all platforms, so you don't have to just be stuck on Windows. It works for Windows, Mac, and Linux, whatever you're developing on. Although if you're working on Mac, I'm not sure what you're actually developing for. Hopefully you're not throwing a city like this on the iPhone, because that would be a little ridiculous. All right.
This and the mod tools helper instant got 5 maps.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right. For Black Ops, anyways, right? Isn't that modern enough to have city streets and or Modern Warfare 3 maybe?
The
God.
details of the buildings are about the same as well.
Mm-hmm.
The indie version of it is 495. The pro version is $5,000.
Nice.
And no, you can't actually enter into the buildings. Sorry, the buildings are just modeled blocks. So you're gonna in the model, you can export this into a modeling program, and then make your buildings as you plan to use them in the game if you want to. Or of
Well, that's
course
what I
you
was
can
thinking. Like you could
take what's there.
get it to make like a street map for you. If you say, I don't know, doing the town where you live, so you jump on Google Maps, grab the map, get the street layout, get the rough positioning of where the buildings are in that, and then chuck it into an editor, and then build the brushes around it, and then delete the model afterwards.
Sure, if you're making Spider-Man or King Kong or something, and he only has to deal with the Empire State Building, and he goes straight up the Empire Building, right? Then he looks down and sees this huge city. Well, now he'll see it. You know, he doesn't actually have to go there, and so the level of detail doesn't have to be very high. So yeah, that would absolutely work. Very cool thing, I think. All right, jumping over to some actual gaming news, we have Call of Duty Elite is now in beta
Satan.
and is live.
Satan.
Satan.
There you go. Call of Duty Elite. The Call of Duty Elite thing is live, and they're supposedly handing out invites, and they're supposed to be handing out invites to people who signed up in the order in which they signed up. But I'll tell you that's a lie. Okay.
Someone's. Did you not get an email?
I didn't get an email, and I know people who got one. I got an invite
They're like,
already
yeah,
that signed up after me because I told them about it.
They know you haven't got the game, and they're like, no.
So the people I know
I
also never bought the
Don't
game.
want an email.
As a matter of fact, my partner is one of them. He got the email. He was the first one to send it to me. So he says, "Look, I got in," and he was online for the Call of Duty Elite thing, and then just signed up and then left and went around E3 somewhere else. I'm the one that stood there. Yeah. There's a video of Carl doing his ridiculous blah blah. I mean, you know what? Legend of
Lame.
Carl is.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's what the video Stryder was asking for.
Yeah, I actually can't see all of
Just
that.
a suspicion.
Video of pooping on Call of Duty. Yes.
Thank you for coming to Call of Duty. Now, does anybody have any questions to start off? Hey,
That's a live leak video, that is.
when Call of Duty already has plenty of cool.
Yeah, we'll be getting
Oh,
yes.
That was a very good question, so I'm going to go ahead and answer. So Call of Duty is kind of like this ballistic knife. Deadly, awesome, does some serious damage.
Yeah, don't you? I hate this guy's voice too.
Yeah.
It really is. It
I
annoys the hell out of me now.
The whole video. The whole
You know what?
video is unfunny and badly written. And they couldn't even be asked to animate it, so it's just like machinima.
It's and bad machinima. I mean, at least
Yeah.
this is the kind of machinima that you're like, oh look, somebody did something, and you turn to something else that's better. Okay. And then the ending. There you go. Watch it on your own. Yeah, so anyway, this thing is coming out, and that thing's supposed to explain, but you know what? It's just going to give you more hype on what's going on, so I wouldn't even bother believing everything that goes on there. Call of Duty Elite will supercharge all of Call of Duty experience in 3 ways. They will connect players, allow people to compete, and improve
Couldn't do that before.
their gaming skills.
I like that one. Improve your gaming skills. Like it's like heat
By
maps and stuff.
playing the game.
It's just
Well, actually-
like, it's utter just stupidity.
They don't mean that you're going to improve your skills by playing the game. What they actually mean is that they're going to be graphing how well you do in a game. In every single map, they're going to say you play better over here, you do more kills, you die more, you play better when you stand with this gun in this position versus everywhere else. That's what they mean. They're actually tracking all that.
You
so
don't
can look it
die
up.
as often when you hide in a corner.
I already know all that stuff. I was there.
Yeah, well, now they're going to track
I know
it
if
for
I
you.
run down the middle of the map, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, but you know
I
what?
just like the idea of
ridiculous.
having some of those heat maps now that are just like hot in one corner.
Yeah.
And nowhere else.
Yeah.
Now you're going to see where all the maps suck because it's going to just be like that.
You end up
And,
in a game where everybody stands in the same corner. That's good.
But it told me to stand in this corner, and I didn't.
Exactly.
Yes, I win again.
But I'm sure all this stuff is already in Black Ops. I'm sure you can already look all this stuff up.
Yeah,
I
you
know
can- you can.
You can look up your best weapon and where you hit everyone. And it's
Can't
like
you,
body
if
maps.
because it automatically records every game, like video-wise, so can't you just watch that back and it tells you
Yeah.
where, like, it gives you a map and a heat map of like this is where you died. It's like you're making me pay for something that I already have. Then again, that was kind of Black Ops in general, wasn't it?
Pretty much. I can already join my friends. I can already play competitively against other clans. Then
I wonder though
means nothing.
if they're showing you all this information, I wonder if you can actually like jump out of your game and jump into the elite stats and see where the guy is shooting you from, and jump back into the game.
Jump back in.
That's what the iPhone app is for. That's with this.
Yes.
Mind you, it's Xbox, so it won't be on the iPhone. It'll be on
No, Windows Mobile.
Windows 8.
the Windows
Doesn't
Mobile.
work unless you're looking at your Xbox stats.
Yeah.
I should know. I have a Windows Mobile phone.
Careful, Breezy. This is all recorded for posterity.
Posterity. Posterity.
Yes.
Posterior.
No, not for his posterior. Okay, moving on. We have something else. Dishonored.
Wait a minute, he just said ass.
Yes. There's a theme developing here. Okay. Dishonored is a game that we heard a very, very little bit about. We saw a screenshot. We know that they're making some sort of first-person shooter that is being called Dishonored, but that's all we really know. And now there is a little bit more going on. We know that that there's a new image. And
What? Just what?
The new phone book's here. The new phone book's here.
and that they're starting to try and put more information on the website. But to tell you the truth, it really tries to tell you more about the story, not necessarily about the game itself. They're trying to tell you that exactly what we told you already. It's about a game where you can play in stealth without actually being stealthy about it. And so it's they're using these words that are throwing you back and forth to make you wonder. Well, I can do anything and everything, but nothing at all. I don't know which way to go with this. All we know is it's a first-person shooter. Oh, I'm sorry, immersive first-person game. I don't know that it's a shooter.
When you play
Yeah.
this game, you can kill people. Or not.
Or not.
I like how it says click the pic to enlarge the screenshot to full resolution. Yeah, like I do notice it's by Bethesda's publishing it though, so it is going to look like Borderlands and play like Borderlands.
At least that's better than they're playing like Brunk.
So we still know nothing about this game, and we probably never will. Maybe it'll actually see the light of day. Maybe it won't. We don't know. But if it does, expect something Deus Ex, like Deus Ex. Deus Ex-ish. There you go. It's a tough one.
Do
Roll
sex.
off your tongue. Yeah.
Deus Ex?
Still the same theme.
Yeah. Okay, we have a little bit more about something that a company called Flying Wild Hog is putting together. They're putting together a cyberpunk FPS. All we knew is that they were putting together an FPS, and we knew nothing else. Now we know that this thing is supposed to be roughly it's Blade Runner, The Matrix, and Painkiller all rolled into a single-player only game. So it's not going to be a multiplayer.
That screenshot looks like it should be from the front of a Command and Conquer game.
Mm-hmm.
Does, doesn't it? Yeah. Just thinking that.
There is some video. Well, it's a teaser. It's hard to call that a video. So there's your Blade Runner-ish look. Rainy City. I'll imagine that. It's like they stole it from Blade
How
Runner.
original!
Hard Reset. I guess that's going to be the name of the game.
Apparently a brand new engine, though. Roadhog.
Yeah, they say it's proprietary.
Roadhog.
Kids don't remember Blade Runner.
Well, we're going to find out more in September because they think that it's going to be released in September. Between Battlefield 3 and... No, it'll fall between Battlefield 3 and lighter weight downloadable FPSs. I don't know what they mean by that.
Call of Duty.
That's fantastic.
They're calling it lighter weight, though. You know the thing's going to be like 20 gig. It's not going to be lightweight at all.
Oh, it is. Just not in the way you're thinking.
And not in the way I'm thinking, yes, of course. Yeah, and then they're all, of course, doing the whole social thing, which I won't even get into. All right. I threw this topic in here because it was a pretty neat video that Welshy showed me from Metro Last Light. This is a game that they showed off at E3, and there's a bunch of parts to the gameplay demo. But this demo that they showed in video, which I'm going to show you right here a little bit of, is really gives you a good idea, I think, of how the game's going to play. I should actually, Welshy, what did you think of the game when you played it? You played the first game, not this game. This game's not out yet.
Met the first one, yeah. I really liked it. I liked the first one, 2033. It was good. I really enjoyed it. It was one of those games that like hardly anyone played. And then I kind of stumbled across it on a Steam sale. Imagine that, and yeah, played it. Really enjoyed it. It's well made. It looks amazing as well.
And I was also commenting to Welshy in this game how this player, he goes through playing almost like a Splinter Cell. Right now he's fooling around with the gun and shooting things. And he starts shooting out light bulbs like to make things darker and darker. Which is cool, that you can change your environment that way, and I'm hopefully, not positive, hopefully that actually does play a role in the game. Do you know if the original it does?
Well,
okay.
in the original, yeah. Because you could, because you're in tunnels, you're in the metro, you're in the Moscow
Metro,
subway.
Right.
And yeah, you could like shoot out lights and stuff, and the bad guys wouldn't be able to see you. You could actually at one point get night vision goggles, but that used your battery. You had like a hand crank not hand, like a big hand, but like a squeeze battery generator. So you had to like make sure you had enough battery power for your head torch. You get a head torch as well.
But then I got to this point in the video where he starts shooting at people while standing in front of the light bulb that he didn't shoot out.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
He's also in front of the fire as well, I think.
Yeah. But it does look like a fun game. Now, this thing is not multiplayer, is it?
No, it's single. Oh, well, the first one was.
The game reminds you of Metro. It's because it is Metro.
It is Metro. It's the next version of Metro. Yeah, Metro...
2033.
2033, yeah.
Thank you.
This is Metro 2033 2. It's not called Metro 2033 2.
July 28th. Why, that's just around the corner.
Part
days away.
2.
All right, and you know what? Let's jump into what's going on with Deus Ex then, I guess. Deus Ex has got some more video out there. Well, I know there's a number of people out there that like
You're
this game.
just quoting random words. That means two things.
Here's the video to give you an idea of what this game is supposed to be. Actually, I'm playing the wrong video. Let's play the correct video. This one's supposed to give you an idea of what the combat part of it will play like, so you get an idea of how the weapons will feel or look inside the game. Now, this is more of like a third-person style shooter, almost MMO, but shooter really, because it combines the elements where you can go in there and you can talk to the characters, form sort of relationships, I guess, but then go ahead and start killing. Like Mass Effect, I guess, if you guys know Mass Effect.
Is this the game, Breesy, that when we were at Eurogamer there was posters for it everywhere?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and yet we didn't see the actual game once. It wasn't even out this show. And it's still not even out yet, but yet that was almost a year ago, and there was just posters on everything.
The cover system is going to protect you from the enemies, and at the same time they give you a great overview.
Dragon Age with guns is Fable.
Does Fable have guns? I don't remember guns.
Oh yeah. Well, Fable 3.
Yeah, I got it, but I never played it yet.
It'll keep
How
crashing.
How can you remember if you haven't played it?
Because I've
This is
seen
Fable
video.
3.
There's plenty of video out there to give you an idea of what it plays like. I don't just buy
The
games.
industrial age has come to your magic town.
Your magic town. I know, this looks kind of good.
He loves the way it looks. I gotta say, it's not the best looking.
Yeah, it looks a bit like plain.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, it looks like you can switch between first and third person. I guess you just zoom in more, sort of like maybe like Fallout.
No, I think it's when you lean against a wall, it jumps to third res. I think that. I assume that's what it is.
Okay, moving along in the video, see if there's anything else worth showing. No, other than to say that it's coming out in October, near the end of August, sorry. Okay. Now somebody, I think it was Becca, who asked something about the dinosaurs invading. There's a new dino mode coming out for Project Blackout. Now if I'm right, isn't this the Land on Your Head game?
Yep.
Yeah. Die on your head.
Die on your head.
Yeah.
Boom! Die on your head.
And what we're talking about is every time you shoot somebody, they sort of like leap up into the air and turn around and drop on their head.
Rawr. Oh my god, it's a dinosaur. Rawr.
Oh, I killed the dinosaur and he died on his head.
Rawr.
Yep, right, so now you're fighting dinosaurs. Now I don't know if the other players can play as dinosaurs. I'm going to assume so, which is kind of a cool idea.
Wow, that's loud.
Yeah,
now the dinosaurs are dying on their head.
That's how they went
Dun,
extinct.
dun, 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 dun.
That's like I said, this is more Torok.
So yes, you can play as a dinosaur, or you can play as a... Oh yeah, now they're doing it as a human.
Wow, this reminds me
Slice
of
on
the
your head.
Alien vs Predator game.
Oh, the one that was really good.
Yeah, it was awesome.
This is
That guy looked like a panda.
Bait.
You're right. You did.
You are the bait class. Your job is to run out and get eaten. Oh, I got the rub myself with meat perk.
The tethered goat achievement. Right now, Steam is like, hey.
That's good. Yeah.
Spray and pray, huh? All right. I don't know.
Ew.
If you're gonna have to choose, if you were playing this kind of game, it's either choose between something like this or Serious Sam. I think I'd go towards Serious Sam. It's the same idea where you can jump in with friends and just shoot.
Gaming devolved.
Okay, so all right, that's old news. Tribes.
Tribes.
So, yep, the Tribes Ascend. Tribes Ascend is going to be showing off at QuakeCon. At least somebody out there is going to QuakeCon, if I remember correctly. And
He's not here.
no, it's not.
He's not.
So he's going to be able to get his hands on Tribes Ascend. Now, by the way, I think we all can get our hands on Tribes Ascend because it's supposed to be free to play. So I was a little bit confused on that one. High res on free to play Tribes Ascend.
Morphus is instantly
Free! Free!
Not saying Morphus is cheap, but I won't even finish that.
That means two things.
I grabbed some video here of Tribes Ascend. Yeah, you bought it for me, I think, didn't you? Morphus bought it for me. Made me play it. Nancy Drew.
I can't believe he spent money, so I think that's a lie.
So yeah, this is Tribes. Actually, watching Tribes, which I remember well a long time ago, it's been updated, obviously, but it kind of now reminds me of Section 8. This is how Section 8 plays.
Also, how Halo
Jetpack, rocket
plays.
jump, rocket jump.
Also,
Program,
halfway, yeah. That looks a lot like Halo, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Nancy Drew is free now. I'll go gift it to Welshy.
Oh, piss off. Gift, no. Yeah, have Nancy Drew.
Actually, that's a good question. If you gift it to somebody, is it automatically in their library and shows up as a game they own?
I'm hoping so.
Whether they want it or not?
No!
We're gonna find out very soon.
I do not accept your gift.
I don't know if you have a choice.
You're automatically added.
Everyone's going to be gifting it to each other now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, let's see what we got here.
Hey kids, this Christmas, gift a game to someone you hate.
Free demo, free demo.
And also going on over at QuakeCon, they're also experiencing the wonderful hack. Apparently their forums were hacked, and they set up a whole new forum system because of it. Moved everyone over, but
Oh, that's right, it was anonymous.
maybe.
Case closed.
I will tell you that even our
like
even our
how
sites
a lot
try
of
and
these
get them
companies-
hacked. Yeah,
Really?
yesterday someone tried to hack it. Even it happens all the time. Really does.
I just like that a lot of these gaming websites are discovering that their security sucks.
I don't think we
No,
have any
can't.
information that would be so bad if it got out, because things are encrypted. But I don't hope it never happens. All right. I think the hacking stuff is. Well,
Can't gift a demo.
okay. There is also news going on over at Steam that says they are offering some better, stronger, faster downloads as a result of having changed the way the download system works. They've updated all the code on it.
So far, it hasn't worked.
No, they needed that during the sales. That was terrible
Yeah.
during the sales. It
Yeah,
took me 4 days to download Assassin's Creed.
Took me 2 days to do a Fable 3.
Yeah, Fable 3 was 9 hours, which is retarded.
To
Considering
download
the game
or to
doesn't
play?
even that long now.
Yeah, the download.
I've got a little bit of an issue with Fable 3.
I didn't buy it. See, I was
Yeah, I
avoided
was
it.
tempted. But
Stryder, perhaps you should call for technical support.
So
That
they
works
can
so well with
start
Call of
telling
Duty.
me to reinstall Windows and flash my BIOS?
Right? That's who
Take
told
your
you that? Was it
computer and throw it
Activision
out
or
and get a new one.
who told you to do that? Which company was it that was supporting it?
That was ActiveFail.
Yeah.
Actor No Vision.
Yeah. So
Only if GTL posts them.
Yes, be careful of those links. Don't know where they go. Might lose you forever. Also, you know what? I didn't mention to anybody, but there could be some explicit language or adult themes in this show.
Yeah, nice bit like that.
Just a heads up.
Just a heads up. Okay, there's also speaking of Steam, there's some things going on or about to go on with the Left 4 Dead 2 early DLC, the DLC that they've been promising they want to push it out earlier to get the Stream Crosser achievement. Once 20,000 players earn that, they are supposed to start releasing the game. I mean the
They
DLC.
already did, didn't they? I think it's already been done.
Is it already released?
Yeah, I don't know if the DLC's out, but I know they passed the target. I actually genuinely thought this was already out to play Dead Air on Left 4 Dead 2. I actually thought, I was like, I'm sure that's out. But I guess not.
Well, they're saying this thing is going to be released next week. Not this week, but next week.
It amazes me that Left 4 Dead is still going.
So you're saying it might be on PC and not on console, and that's what this article's about?
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I thought it was out, so I didn't really pay attention. I thought it was an old news post to begin with, and then when I looked into it,
it wasn't old. I know.
No. Or if
bitter against Left 4 Dead. Look at
that. Ironically, it was old.
Thing is Left 4 Dead is not. I don't find Left 4 Dead as fun now that we've played 6-player co-op with
Killing Floor.
Killing Floor.
Yeah.
I think. Well, it wasn't just that. Left 4 Dead lost its edge.
It did.
Like the first game, we played for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because it was kind of like you had those like sort of power plays to get from one safe, and it was kind of like you do it, and then but the second one just didn't. I don't know whether it's because it was just the same game essentially. It was kind of
it's worth a buy if it's like $3.
$3.
Yes. It is. You're right. If you haven't played it before, it is definitely a fun game. But if you played enough hours, it's
exactly. It's just
it gets old.
I said it's Killing Floor is a better game.
Yeah,
I find.
And there's a lot more maps, a lot more originality.
Yeah, and it's evolving. It's constantly changing. Whereas Left 4 Dead, it's like, ooh, you get a new horde achievement.
Map.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's a new map that was for the first game.
Yeah. Thanks, Battlefield.
Yeah, exactly. That's the next one. They're bringing out Wake Island for Left 4 Dead. It's an EA deal.
They are bringing out Wake Island for Battlefield Heroes right now.
I know.
So it's barely a joke. It's actual reality.
Goddamn map. Oh, we're bringing out Wake Island. What? No, just no. Make something new.
They're already. That's part of the pre-purchase of Battlefield
the pre-purchase.
3 is you get Wake Island.
I think it is. Yeah, you get Wake Island.
Becca, I actually talked about Dead Island a number of weeks ago after coming back from E3, and it really feels like a console game. So if you like the console, which I know you don't like the PS3, you like it, but otherwise, I don't know if it's going to be a great game. It might be something that you're interested in playing. I just don't know that it's going to be a game that you continue to play all the way through or really enjoy. Try and get a demo, try and watch some video of actual gameplay and get a better idea that way. I don't think it's going to be a game for me, but there's not enough information about how it's going to be played as a group.
I know there's co-op, but I'm kind of hoping that's going to be good.
Right, and I don't know what the co-op part of it's going to be like. That's what I'm thinking.
From what I read, you just play it like you would single player, but with
with how many other people too?
I don't know. If I was to hazard a guess, I would say 4.
So you would say 4, and I would say 6 because I think there were 6 people inside the hut when you started the game. So I'm not sure.
Well, not if they're putting it on a console though.
Right.
6 is console players don't have 6 friends. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they don't also can't split the screen 6 ways.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't put 6 controllers in.
I bet that inventor guy from the Topics back could. That made the Xbox disc changer. He could get 6 controllers in there.
He might be able to.
6 times Pong.
6-way Pong.
There's girls on the internet. They're just difficult to find. They're not going to come right out and tell you about it. Actually, go to Gamer's Crush. That'll tell you where they are. It might be a girl, though, actually. But Becca, if you are a girl, if you are actually Becca for Rebecca, then maybe you don't want to go to Gamers. Well, maybe you do. I don't know. With the triple X's in the beginning and then... whatever. There's some information for you. Check it out. A Modern Warfare... I'm reading the comments here. And there are no girls on the internet. And it just turned into this whole conversation with myself.
there we are. I bet if I typed girls on the internet into Google, I'd find some.
This show may have been
Mark down favorited.
No, Igor, it can go lower.
I think that was low. Watch this.
Well, actually, look at this one that they have going on right here. There is a Modern Warfare 3 web domain called modernwarfare3.com, which redirects to a Battlefield 3 website.
Yeah.
That you see pictured here. That looks like somebody made. It doesn't look like it's owned by EA. It looks like somebody made, and then plays this sort of video that they modified to say things. The video is called "COD Modern Warfare 3 is a joke."
Well, it's a bad game, sir. Well, my favorite game of all time is Modern Warfare.
Silence! What is all this insolence? You find yourself in gladiator school very quickly with rotten behavior like that.
Can I play it, sir?
So no, it wasn't down this morning. I was there this morning. That's where I got this.
It's up now. Yeah.
Anybody else feel like a little giggle?
When I mentioned the game...
All right. Anyway, it goes on. You can watch some of that on your own. So yeah, somebody did purchase this domain, and what I find very interesting about it is nobody's sued anybody over it yet.
Do you find it
Yet.
When I play the game...
I thought it was pretty funny, the fact that if you type Modern Warfare, it goes to the Battlefield.
Warfare?
Okay. I'm turning that down. Yeah, it is getting some... site statistics says that like 20,000 people went to it in... oh wait, that says in May. So this site's been going since... I'm trying to read the date. June of last year.
It's called Call of Duty.
All right. Let's talk about something that's much more frustrating. Here we have.
You, maybe.
This is. Come on. First of all, we have the Today Show, which is some New York type ridiculous morning show. Yeah, full of douchebags that talk about nonsense. But more importantly, which Stryder will like this guy, is the guest that they have on here called Douche, Donnie Douche. Who I will get to in a minute as far as where you should actually know him from. Okay? So first of all, let me go on to tell actually to show you what this guy has said in a recent thing. And I don't know, Becca, if you are actually female, maybe you can tell us what you think of this here. You never know with names. It could be anybody out there.
Okay, let's be honest. Men can be mysterious sometimes. They do think differently. They act differently. And God knows they behave a lot differently than we do.
So to help us understand them a little better, we've called on our pal, Donnie Deutschman,
la 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 la.
That's why we don't watch the Today Show.
I have no idea what I'm talking about. But let's do it.
But we like it. We like you.
We have fun.
What do we have, Sarah?
Okay, well, the next one up is from Elizabeth. What's up with men in video games? Do you think it's okay for men to play video games in their 30s and over?
No, that's weird.
No.
Xbox.
The answer, no. I mean, maybe
Because
rarely.
you
know, when you're 30s, there should be something more on your mind, your attention to video games. I mean, that's it. You know, that's.
But what about the guys who
But
do
if
that?
they're playing them with their kids,
Well,
it's
that's
totally
different. I don't think that's
fine.
Yes, no, they're talking about those weird
They're
ones.
playing with their kids, they should go to prison.
Did you hear? Did you hear her? She says.
30.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't
They're-
believe I'm,
come on, say it.
agreeing with Donnie
We've
on absolutely
agreed
No?
on
Okay.
everything.
She says they're talking about those weird ones in the basement.
Wait,
Okay.
Wait, who's in the basement? I'm not in the basement. I'm in the attic.
Apparently, all gamers only play in their basements. Jeez.
Well, what about the people without basements?
They don't have video games. They're too poor for a basement. They're too poor for a console.
Yeah. So this person goes on to say that actually they're all saying it, that if you're over the age of 30, that you should not be playing video games because you're a weirdo.
Okay.
So let's go on to let me now tell you where you should know this Donnie douche from. Apparently, he used to have a show called The Big Idea back in like around 2005, so about 6 years ago. Okay, and he had once an episode of about. Well, he said he was going to have this show about video games and stuff like that, and one of the people he wanted to get involved into the show was, I'm not sure if this guy actually works for 1UP or not. I think he does. So he wrote this article for 1UP, and he went on to say talk about how it was. We're going to have this show about video games, and we'd like you to be a part of it. And they're going to talk about the future of video games, online clans, and community. And he told that the violence thing might come up. But it's been done to death and it's boring, and they just probably wouldn't do anything about that. Well, anyway, in the style of whoever, Maury Povich or whatever other ridiculous
Fox
talk show
News?
guy out there, worse, I'm talking about.
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer. they set him up, and this entire show was about violence in video games and how horrible it was, and they just kept setting him up and cutting, and apparently they cut up the tape. They brought in some Columbine student to talk about violence and video games, and they were going to cut that up so that it was going to, because this person was actually going to be like for video games and say it was not about that, but they weren't going to allow that to happen on this show. No.
Because that's legal.
And that's where I got this this quote that I showed Welshy before. He went on to, let's see, the person, the guy that was actually on the show, he says, or from Columbine, I think it was, or anyway, somebody pro video game says, they were going to make this great point that got cut. One I think you'll appreciate. GTA and Postal are innocuous at best. The worst games for kids is Halo 2, because the moment you sign on and play on live, 11-year-olds yell things that would make Eminem cry. And then he also tries to go on and say that it's not the game, it's the parents. Parents are the ones that allow them to play these games and play them in the wrong context, if there is a
God
wrong context
forbid
ahead.
that the media in the States lets that thought get out.
Can't be having that. That'll cause like the universe will collapse.
So if anybody knows this guy or knows of him or happens to run into him in the street, just tell him that MODSonair says, "Hi, Donnie Douche." He'll know what I'm saying.
Ridiculous. There's always something in there. Every week.
Every week. Last week it was.
Every week.
Last week it was good old Jack Thompson again. All right, one more thing I wanted to bring up that I came across was this Half-Life Singularity Collapse movie. It was a fan-made movie. Here, the article goes on to say, oh, you know, this is pushing Valve into wanting to do a movie themselves, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Whatever. It's a pretty good movie. It runs about 8.5 minutes, and it's and I think it was pretty well put together. It's, you know, expect it from any kind of amateur movie that the camera work is not going to be something that Scorsese maybe put together, but it is okay. And it is very much.
Watched before?
I don't know. Did you watch it?
No, this is a different one. I think.
This is a new one. Yeah, I like that escape from.
Who does he make free? Himself?
They blend actual elements of the game into a real life thing here. And they have their own story that's going on. Here you see a Stryder out there walking around. You can obviously tell that is a building from the game.
This insurrection brings no fear to me, for I know we are.
Or I can tell, anyways. And yeah, it goes on with the violence and the things floating around, and they have the helicopter showing up later, which I will show you in a second. See here, the camera takes a picture of the guy in there in the building that you don't see. Then all of a sudden you see a Combine soldier walk in and start beating him to death.
With his creepy T-Rex hands. Because he's like that.
Okay, and then I'll jump ahead to show you. Here they are driving in the buggy, and then the chopper is after them. And then, boom, I won't spoil the ending for you. Okay, so if you wanted something to do today, or during the week, you can check that thing out. Pretty well put together, and hopefully the link's there, and if it's not, it'll be in the show notes for you when we release the show. That's it. That's all the topics I have, but we can talk about anything else you want, even though we're at our hour.
That's what Steam is updating for, so that when the Valve releases the Half-Life movie, it can be available only on Steam.
God.
Streaming live on
as a
Steam.
gift. As a gift.
Yeah,
gift
gift
it to
the
each other.
movie.
Well, luckily it's not Activision, because Activision would sell it. Luckily it's not EA, because you'd have to have Origin in order to view it.
That's actually one of the things that pisses me off about Fable. And it'll piss you off too, is that you cannot play Fable unless you're signed into both Steam and, because we bought it through Steam, so you can't play it unless you're signed in through Steam and Microsoft Live.
Oh, dear God. Yep, that's instantly turned me off buying it.
Wait, I have to be signed. I can't be signed into both? I have to be signed into both.
You have to be signed into Steam to launch it, and you can't close it or else it shuts off. And you also have to be signed into Games for Windows Live.
Yeah, you know what? There's a few games out there that are like that, and I know I've played it at least with Welshy and Breesy, which I don't remember which one.
But the problem is that they didn't set up the link through Steam so that it automatically launches Games for Windows Live when you go to launch the game. So you have to start Games for Windows Live manually. And
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and then you have to start the game. So, and there's a memory leak in it. I'm good at finding those and how to.
Yeah, and I seem to be particularly good at finding the one in Killing Floor recently.
You and Mrs. Foyle.
Yeah, I never used to get it, and then I've built a new PC, and how all of a sudden that's happening.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Suck at building PCs.
Still works, doesn't it? It's held together by duct tape and staples, but it still works.
Okay. All right, don't forget, this show is brought to you by Look and Feel Canadian instantly with the Canadian breath spray. So come to the fantasy and become Canadian yourself. All in a single spray. Okay.
Hey, loss optional.
Bacon flavored.
Bacon and beer.
Bacon and.
All right. Anything else? Any questions for IFIS, the wonderful tool that's out there? Bram's with us.
He's not saying much.
I hear him in there.
Hear that or he's passed out.
No, I stay there until the end.
You're in charge of the closer.
Oh, that's new. I was reading up on the command. No, my name is not in there.
I have a closer if anybody doesn't have an idea for the closer, because we don't have Mrs. Foyle with us to do a live closer. All right, well, you can post in the stick window if you got something else, because otherwise I'm going to close this shop. So you can enjoy the rest of Sunday, the rest of the week. I know I've got some lawns to mow, and maybe you guys have some other stuff to do yourself, such as eating lunch or dinner, depending on where in the world you are. But I thank you all for joining us, and I also want to definitely thank our host for coming in. Stryder, thank you very much for joining us in this adventure.
It's always an adventure.
All right, I thought I could trip you up there. Welshy, thank you very much for coming in and joining us and posting the show notes as we went along.
Sorry, guys.
Breesy, thank you very much for joining us today.
No problem.
And Bram, thank you. Thank you very much for coming in and talking about the IFIS tool for making mapping and scripting and mods for Call of Duty World at War easier.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, so check out the IFIS website if you want. Check out MODSonline if you're looking for information, or the show notes whenever we do post them, or last week's stuff. We have stuff in there to find out what kind of tools, if you missed it, or just rewind the show and listen to what we talked about there for making scripting and modding for Call of Duty World at War, Call of Duty 5, a little bit easier and better. Okay, so I'm just trying to pay attention to too many things all at once. So I want to
very, very drunk.
Okay, I don't know where we're going. I don't know. I'll just play the closer and wrap this thing up. I finally want to thank you, the fans of MODSonair.com, and the subscribing members of MODSonline.com for making this show possible. And until next week, everyone, enjoy your games. Thanks for watching this week, and come back next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com. And please consider subscribing to MODSonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
Game Crush.
Game over.